All right, and we are live with episode
Live.
9 of EpsCast. We are already on the... What week is it? There's only 2 weeks left, I think, in May, which means we've got this episode, which is going to be Star Wars Return of the Jedi discussion. And then next discussion, Jaden, you have the laptop, correct me if I'm wrong, I think the next discussion is... Kenobi, right? What's up next on the calendar?
Yeah, it is.
Kenobi.
Is it really
May
next?
27th.
Kenobi!
What day is it today?
We're 5 days early on this. Which
What day is it today?
make sense.
Well, what day? Well, it's gonna release on this Friday. What's Friday's date?
May 20th.
Yeah, so literally we're 2 weeks away from Kenobi. This episode's gonna release when you're listening to it right now in your ear holes, which is gonna be May 20th. And next week you guys will have a nice little treat, which is gonna be discussing our reactions and thoughts on the first 2 episodes of the Kenobi series, which I'm very excited for. I've been watching the interviews that they've been doing with Mr. Hayden and Ewan, and I'm telling you what, this year is crazy. We got Toby back, we got Andrew back, we got Hayden back, we got Ewan back.
That was last year.
Is that how you actually pronounce his name?
What?
Ewan?
Ewan.
It's Ewan? It's
Ewan.
Ewan, I don't care.
Not Ewan. Not Ewan Musk.
Ewan.
But yeah, this is going to be the return of the Jedi movie discussion. So sit back, enjoy, relax, drink a couple brewskis, whatever you want to do, and let's get into this mess.
Also, yo, what's up, Justin?
Oh yeah. Oh wait, he's not here. He's playing disc golf. He's playing disc golf. Who the fuck plays disc golf? Yeah, let's get into this. Let's get into this jazz. Rolling like a Saturday night. All right. So welcome everybody, every listener, one and all, every animal, every human, every plant, every sea, every seed.
Every
welcome, every crick.
Every crick. We do have our family blood flesh, the shiny horse back in his position.
I was gone and I'm back.
Payton Levengood. His son was barfing everywhere last week. Let's give small claps.
Yep.
It's disgusting.
His son.
But he is back. We're ready to absolutely
obliterate this one.
Smash it.
Slaughter this goddamn movie and talk about 90 different things other than this movie. So let's get into this bitch.
We'll start with our thoughts on the overall movie. First of all, I think we need to close that door before we hear all the fucking nonsense and clucking going on downstairs.
All the clucking.
Yep, you're closing that door. So of course I had all my thoughts organized when I was in the shower this morning, and now I gotta like replace it again.
How it always is.
Yeah, I think this one is my least favorite out of the original 3.
Do you have boogers in your eyes?
And I'll tell you why. Every time I watch it, I try to think of it a different way and try to. I think that it's gonna change if I watch it again, but it never does. Because to me, it's Jabba the Hutt's palace for 45 minutes, and then the Starcraft for like 20 minutes, and then the rest of the movie is on fucking Endor doing God knows what, and it basically seems like just a slow slugfest to get to probably the coolest battle in the original trilogy, with Luke and Darth Vader. But I just have so many issues, like, and most of it is with how was the Empire's plan foiled by a bunch of smushed-faced teddy bears? Like, how are they throwing rocks at clones, knocking them over and knocking them, little rocks. And there's just so many little issues like that piss me off. Also, Luke is supposed to be a year after Empire, and you're gonna tell me like he didn't do that much that's that badass in this movie that makes him a Jedi Knight besides mastering the mind trick maybe. I know some of it comes from the times, like you gotta sometimes like put aside when it came out versus like if they made it now, how cool it would be. So I try to do that, but it's just every time I watch this, I'm just bored because what do you got? Like in the beginning, you got the Rancor fight, and then in the middle, I can't even tell you what happens interesting in the middle, and then it's the Ewok fight, and then the final fight with Vader and Luke.
I'm about to pick apart your
That's
entire entourage here.
Go
like
ahead.
a little piece of shit.
Go ahead.
Do you remember when Brendan used to eat his own shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good times. First of all, you're completely glazing over somebody's death like it's a fucking glazed donut.
Donut.
Yoda dies in this damn movie.
Yoda wasn't even supposed to be
So
in this
what?
movie.
And
What did that do?
The emotional heft that was placed on Luke after that happened, and like, oh my fucking god, somebody's revving their bullshit ass.
Welsh's.
Yeah.
It is.
Like that he carries after he leaves his place, and then he sees Obi-Wan there too, and then he goes off and completes his mission. Like, I think if you guys listened to our last breakdown or our last discussion, which was fucking Empire Strikes Back, I said how much I hated Mark Hamill, because I think he's shit in those other two movies. This one, I fucked with him a lot. He was really, really good in this one, and when he pulls up the Jabbas, and he fights the, what is that called, Rancor? Yeah.
Yeah, Rancor.
He fights that, and then they have that whole fight to get out of there, and they free Han and all that shit. He's badass as all hell in this movie.
I didn't say that Luke wasn't bad. I forgot to say that Luke's. I'm not saying he was not bad. I'm saying like
You think it's a slow
this-
storyline? It's a slow
yeah,
build up
it's-
to a
his-
main only fight at the end.
this is obviously Mark Hamill's best portrayal of Luke, in terms of him seeming more mature. But it's all it was a year, like after that stuff with Empire, and it just seemed like that's such a long time for things to, like, you tell me it took a year to be like, okay, yeah, we gotta go save Han. Like, you're telling me they left him there for a whole year to like do what?
Well, what are they gonna do though?
But his whole entrance didn't make any sense either. He could have easily just brought his lightsaber in that place and just obliterated him with his lightsaber, but he decided to prolong that.
Why would he? He doesn't want to go in there and just shed blood right away. Like, he's trying to work out. He's not just okay. So he knows he has this dark side to him too because of his father, and he knows that's what's they're trying to bring him in. If he gives into all this killing, he's no better than Anakin when he killed everyone. You know what I mean? All the sand people and all that. He's trying to be better. He's trying to make it as peaceful as he possibly can, and when there's no other option.
But he still killed them all anyway.
Because there was no other
that was
option. They
his
tried to
last
kill him.
option. He came in there waltzing in with his robe, looking like he just exited the shower.
He gave him chance after chance. Jabba kept saying, like, listen, this is your last chance. I'm telling you, don't make a mistake. Yeah. Like, he kept telling him.
After the whole shit that happened, because to me this movie is like 3 points. It's the Sarlacc fight, the like Ewok fight / the speeder fight, and then the Darth Vader and Luke fight. What in between when they finish with Jabba all the way to the end is interesting about this movie?
Okay.
Besides the little thing of Yoda dying, which is the same exact thing as Ben dying, so the emotional part has already been done.
Here's my thoughts, is I think all 3 of the originals are kind of boring at some points.
Well, yeah.
I said this in one of the other, I don't remember which one it was, but I said, it's like, can you repay some of that boringness with the good fighting? And they did in this one. It was so much better in this one. It was so good. Like, I just thought that this one was made so much better, and I also think that in New Hope, it was so general. It was obviously their first movie. Like, they just made a Star Wars movie. I'm sure they didn't have much future plans, to be honest with you. Then they moved into Empire Strikes Back and made it a whole lot more personal when they made Vader be Luke's father. And then they went even more personal with this for him to confront Vader, knowing that he's actually his father because he asked Yoda if he was actually his father. So I think they got really different as they went on. It got more personal, and it's just, I think done a whole lot better. Also because it was newer and it looked a lot better and the action was just a lot better. And I fuck with Star Wars more for the action than the story, to be honest with you.
That's the thing. You gotta ask yourself: Do you want 2 hours of nonstop just lightsaber fights? Which, I mean, obviously that sounds great and all, but then it's just no context. It's just, oh, there's a guy with a lightsaber just fighting dead.
Smackaroo.
The whole thing is this is like everyone's journey. Luke's journey to being a Jedi. He's not necessarily a Jedi. You know, he goes to see Yoda on Dagobah again to... He basically is like... It's the same stupid thing of, why am I not on the Jedi Council sort of thing. He's like, well, I'm a Jedi now, right? Yoda's like, not yet. You have to face your father. Face that fear. You got to actually do this.
Yeah.
And as at first, and he's like, well, Darth Vader is my father then, right? And he's like, Yoda's kind of reluctant on saying anything. And it's just kind of building up that story to get that fight. Like, well, now what's he going to do? Now he knows it's his father. Mm-hmm. Is he going to have that same vengeance? Or is he going to come at him in a different sort of tone and like, I'm going to change you? And that's what he kind of does. And I don't know. I like this movie a lot. And the Ewoks, I understand that part. You know, little teddy bears. But to be fair, it wasn't supposed to be Ewoks. It was supposed to be Wookiees. But because Chewbacca was so technologically advanced with building ships, like repairing them with weapons. He knew so much. What are they going to have all the Wookiees have? Sticks and stones, and then Chewbacca's the lucky exception. Yeah. So, like, they kind of came back on that.
That's true.
I just thought the only thing believable about that fight was when they cut the logs and they smashed the chicken walker out. I don't know why they just didn't do that in the first place.
What are they going to... At the same time, what are they going to do? That whole place is just a forest.
I know, but, like, they had them lined up, like with their hands on their heads with like a fleet of clones, and like you're gonna tell me they were just gonna be like, oh whoops, we're screwed now, and then just let them go? Like, yeah.
Well, I mean, that door was supposed to be the last line of defense. If they got to that door and basically got them to come out, they knew they were screwed. I mean, regardless, if you see you're outnumbered, I don't care if they're teddy bears or not, I'm not shooting my gun because I'm not risking getting killed right there. And that's the thing. They were just all high officials and some stormtroopers. And everyone knows the stormtroopers are just god-awful. They're not these guys, clones on the show. Like, perfect. But
I just think A New Hope is better with, like, interesting plot points in a movie than this one. Like, I thought the interactions were better. Like, I thought the interactions in this movie were so, like, dull besides, like, Luke and Darth Vader. Like, the stuff in the beginning with everyone when they're saving everybody, like, that part is cool. But then after that, it's just conversations of, oh, Luke's my brother. What, you can tell Luke? Is that who you can tell? Like that's
voice again.
That's everything. And then there's not as much character, not development, but character interaction that I like in this movie versus just a bunch of, oh, Luke's here. Cool, he's going to help us. Where'd he come from? How'd he hear what we were even saying? Because he just showed up.
How'd he
in the ship?
Yeah.
When he's like, I'll join too. Yeah. And he just walks in.
I'm not saying this movie's bad, like, but I still feel like out of the three, it's the clear, like, weakest one. I mean, there's so many scenes in this movie that I love, like, dearly. Like, the ending scene with, like, the Ewok party and stuff, like, when the ghosts show up. Which is funny, because it's like, Obi-Wan and Yoda got fucked because they stayed old, where Anakin's like shot down to being young.
That's the thing. Like, if I'm jumping too far ahead, tell me. But I understand they want to bring Hayden for that because it's just some random dude when he's dead. Okay, yeah. But I like Yoda disappears. Obi-Wan they all like fade and evaporate. Darth Vader, they burn him alive. Like, he already was burned to begin with, and they're like, you know what? Back to the rice fields. And they put him in there, and they
back to where you came from.
Like, throw him in the white dust.
But it's not like he just turned into a ghost. They just kind of.
He obviously went to heaven because he showed up as a Force ghost, which to me is a little bit ridiculous. But
that's what I'm trying to say though. Is I just don't think regardless if he had a little bit of good in him or not, I feel like he was so disconnected from that side that there's no way he could possibly go back.
Yeah, I hate nitpicking on stuff like that, so I won't. But I like it. That and I love the Vader and Luke fight. Not the shit that happens before he goes berserk. I like when he goes berserk. And I don't know why they had to edit the movie so much on Disney Plus and then added the no. When he like picks him up and throws him. That is so not needed. I don't know what. It scared the shit out of me. I had it on last night in bed and he said it and it like actually made me jump. I was like, because that's not supposed to be there.
It was just quiet. He just picks him up and throws him.
Who was your favorite character in this episode?
Without a doubt, Luke, for sure. Absolutely. He's just, like, and it took me aback by how good he was, because I thought he was so, like, I had my mindset that he was just fucking putrid. Because he was just so, like, his acting was just so bad, and he just wasn't, to me, he was just not what I thought that he was supposed to be. In my opinion, this, like, has to be where he got most of his praise from, like, this movie. And
I thought he got better as the movies went on.
Oh, yeah.
His worst was A New Hope, and I still don't think he was bad in Empire Strikes Back, but he matured way too much for a year that passed in that timeline. Like, it's so strange what they were thinking with that.
His face also changed because of his car accident. Or was it?
Oh yeah, you did have something, but it didn't make him. He looks older. He didn't look damaged. Like he looks.
Well, he had facial reconstruction. They changed his face.
Was that during Return of the Jedi? Or was that Empire?
I mean, it was like right in the beginning. I think it was right after New Hope was finished, and then Empire. That's kind of why they had the Wampa attack to kind of explain why his face.
That's right. Yeah, so that wasn't
when
Empire.
He got his face scratched.
Yeah. That was to explain why his face was kind of changed. I mean, he healed obviously by Return of the Jedi, and it was a lot better. But
yeah, I think Luke was my favorite in this movie too. I don't really know how it could be anybody else.
Chewie. I mean, Luke obviously, yeah, but like, if we're picking any, like, not the obvious, for me it was Chewie, just because I feel like they gave him a lot more love in this one, just because of the Ewoks and everything. He was fucking with.
I mean, I love my boy Han always. Like when he's standing in front of that thing, he's just like. Yeah, I think I missed that when I watched it because I don't remember seeing it last night when I watched it. I hope they didn't cut it.
The thing with Star Wars too that I absolutely hate this about them is any door, they always stop at a door and they hide behind whatever piece of the door, like the side. Yeah. And somehow people could be standing right in front of them and they won't ever hit them. Yeah. And I'm just sitting there like, what? And they walk away from the edge of the door and they still don't get shot. I'm like, God, I would be in the woods like, we're going home, boys. The Empire wins today.
And like they were staying, like that's what I'm saying. And like that end fight, how did none of them just walk around the side and just be like, like
right at the door? I understand at the door, but they're in the woods. That part I understand because you can't see shit. They're all blending in with the trees. It's like Vietnam.
Yeah.
So, I figured I'd give the Rotten Tomatoes score. Of this. So out of the original 3, it is the lowest for the audience rating. I don't really fuck with the tomato meter because
it's usually accurate.
But that's by critics, right?
Yeah. Right. But still, they're usually pretty accurate.
But I don't enjoy it because, like, The Force Awakens is higher than like almost all of them.
It's because of when it was done.
Okay, but I don't fuck with that. The audience score is what I believe, and that's the people, frink the critics. You know what I'm saying? So this has a 94%, which is obviously really good. I think Empire Strikes Back had a 96, and then New Hope had a 97. So it is the lowest rated, but obviously
it makes sense why.
Still very high.
Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, trust me, these 3 movies are all better than all the sequels. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not going to say that about the prequels, but...
I think Justin had them mixed up, by the way, last episode.
What did he say?
I think...
Prequels and sequels?
I think he thought that maybe these were the sequels, and then the prequels were the prequels, but I think he thought that these were the sequels, and the new ones, I don't know. Because I think he said some funky shit in one of the episodes, and I was like, I don't think he meant that. Probably. But these are the original. You call these the originals.
Yeah.
And then the sequels.
The original trilogy, and then the prequels and the sequels. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's why I'm glad you tagged on TikTok. You tagged everyone in that fight scene with in Last Jedi.
Yeah, it's just so bad.
Or Last Jedi.
Yeah, everything in the sequels. You would think they would make it better. Like I don't know how they like how they could go so far backwards in lightsaber duels versus what it was in like 1, 2, and 3.
Well, see, the
Like-
issue with you saying that they could uncanon that shit.
Yeah, they can. It'd be
is-
awesome.
No, I honestly want them to, but they've made so much, like, shit, like advertisement money, games.
They still have their money no matter what
Toys
they
and
do.
shit.
Disney doesn't give a fuck what they
I
mess
mean,
with.
I guess so, but like,
The only thing that would be unfortunate is the fact that they can't bring Carrie Fisher back. They can't do Luke again. Luke would do it. Mark Hamill would do it again. But Harrison Ford wouldn't do it. He'd be like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me."
Yeah, he's so tired
done with it. But that's fine.
Which
like,
kind of
just
pissed
make
me off.
just take characters from Clone Wars or take the stupid dude from
That's all I
the
want.
Force Unleashed or whatever game that is, and then
Starkiller.
the red hair dude.
Oh! You're talking about the dude
Fallen
from
Order.
Shameless.
Yeah, that's
or
it. That's
whatever.
it. Yeah. Like,
Everybody always calls him the dude from Shameless.
yeah, because it's what he is.
That's all I know him from.
I know. That's like every time anybody. I don't even know what his name is. I remember he played the Joker in the.
Oh yeah, he
I
was in
forgot.
that
Batman.
show.
Something McNeil or something. No, that's wrong. I can't be right.
Aaron Rodgers.
Also, the budgets of these movies as well. A New Hope was 11 million, which is fucking.
But that was a lot back then.
That's a lot
Oh,
back
yeah.
then. But honestly, now it's like nothing.
$500 million.
Yeah. Empire Strikes Back was 18 million. So not even that much of a jump, to be honest with you. Oh, it has inflation too. For Empire Strikes Back, it says 56 million. So back then it was 18 million. Now it's 56, and then for this one it was almost doubled at 32 million. So you can definitely tell the quality is definitely a lot higher than the other two, and it says that if this one was adjusted for inflation, it'd be 475 million. Yeah. So pretty crazy. I can understand that though, because they really did put a lot more shit into this one, and I think that's why I liked it so much. Like I said, I watch Star Wars more for the action and the badass scenes more than the story, and that's always been my thing. And it was very, very prevalent in this one.
What were the things you were going to say last time you said you wanted to get to, you forgot about?
I was kind of adding them in as we've been talking.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember. I added a couple of them in so far, but I don't remember everything. Oh, it was yeah. Leia wasn't supposed to be Luke's sister. It wasn't supposed to be. Luke had a different sister, and her name was Nihilth. It was like Nihilth, something like that.
That's bullshit as all hell.
Well, because he was gonna find out by Yoda or Obi-Wan or something that Nihilth was training to be a Jedi before him, and she's on like the outskirts of the galaxy. So he was gonna have to go find her, and I think they were gonna take on Darth Vader together. Because I may be remembering wrong, but I think it was Anakin and Darth Vader were separate entities first, and then they combined them to be his father.
Mm-hmm.
If you're fact checking that, you can. But
What? Wait, what is it? What were you saying?
Nihilith.
Oh,
well,
yeah,
the
yeah.
Nihilith thing, I remember, but it's if Anakin and Darth Vader were supposed to be two separate entities at first.
Which would hit so hard, in my opinion. I wish they would have done that.
Yeah, I would have loved like, they what they do, they kind of hinted at Leia with the Force in this one where they're talking
Yeah.
on the it's like Force runs strong in my family.
My sister has it.
Yeah, I have it. My father has it. My sister has it. And
Syphilis.
she's like, we kissed.
Yeah, well, exactly. She decided to. She's like, I've always known. Oh yeah, did you know when you were like making out with him like a year earlier that the?
Go ahead.
What are you owing about?
Oh, go ahead.
That was it.
Oh, okay. So, George Lucas actually said that he wanted to pick from the pool of people that were in the originals, and there were only a couple left. So it would have either had to have been Obi-Wan, Anakin, So he said there were only a few left, including Obi-Wan and Anakin. But, like, maybe he had others in mind, he didn't say. But that basically confirms that he didn't originally, like, specifically intend for it to be Anakin. Which is kind of going towards your point.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's the best. Like, selfishly, I wish they wouldn't do that because I love Anakin so much and he's such a badass. But I feel like it like carries the most emotion for all of them because it's Luke's father and that's like why he starts all this shit.
But I would have for sure loved to see. I mean, I like Leia and all, but if he had a sister that was training to be a Jedi way before he even was, like, I would have loved to see that.
Leia like wield a saber.
Well, they did in what was it? Was it the last sequel that they show her? Yeah.
Well,
or was it the second?
I think it was The Last Jedi.
That was the second to last.
Yeah.
Because she died, didn't she?
In the second one she died, yeah. Right?
I
They
guess,
got her in like their... Was it... Wait.
I think it was. Those movies are such bullshit.
I haven't seen
It's all over the place.
Yeah.
It's hard to remember exactly.
I think... I thought that she died right after The Force Awakens.
No, she definitely made it to Last Jedi.
It's Han who dies in Force Awakens.
Yeah.
No, I thought Carrie Fisher died after Force Awakens.
Well, she died in the middle of... In the middle? Yeah, in the middle of filming.
Oh, that's... Yeah, that's...
And then they, like, CGI'd her.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
We are finally joined by the tardy party.
Go fuck
So,
yourself, Eric.
You better get closer.
Look-alike.
Thanks.
Eric Clapton look-alike.
So we'll kind of backtrack a bit. Why don't you offer some pieces of wisdom with this movie for us?
Also, guess you didn't watch the movie. You could probably guess. His name, he goes by Justin.
Iggy Azalea.
I'll give you a jump start. It's Jabba's palace in the beginning.
Yeah, so it's Jabba's palace. Leia gets captured, going to try to save Han. Then Luke
Sexy
also
Leia.
gets captured, and he destroys the beast that looks like Jaden right now, at this moment in time.
Mm-hmm.
And then Luke escapes. I know the summary, so I don't remember the last time I saw this movie, but a lot of people hate it. I don't really know why, because Luke is the most badass in this one. He has the cool black cloak along with the green saber. In the last one we talked about how it didn't really show how he got the green saber, which was horseshit.
It just ejects from R2's
He built
asshole.
it.
Yeah, but it didn't show that.
They don't really need to.
But I want to see
It's going to be like a 5-second montage and be like...
5-second rule.
They probably didn't even have like an
Well, doesn't he
idea of
have
how
to find
build
a carbon crystal? Or
That's what I'm saying. They probably didn't have an
Kyber
idea
crystal?
about any of
It
that
could've been
stuff
the
yet.
whole
It probably
Yeah.
just was like, you know what? Well, that's what this is about, kind of. What I wanted
The
to
blue
talk about.
saber?
Yeah.
Well, then talk about it.
Because Luke was supposed to have a blue lightsaber
Really?
in this. Yeah, it was. He lost in Empire, and back when this was Revenge of the Jedi, before it was Return of the Jedi, he had a blue lightsaber in the trailers, but because it was blending in with the blue sky,
What?
they changed it.
That's so weird.
So he would have had blue again.
He looks better with the green
Oh my
anyway, I
God,
think.
yeah.
There's something about it.
Yeah.
Like the color scheme throughout the movies. A New Hope is like light blue, and then Empire is like dark blue, and then
Purple.
Return of the Jedi, and then Return of the Jedi is green.
Yeah.
Justin, what'd you specifically think of that? He probably doesn't even know. That little rat thing at the Jabba's palace.
Oh, his name is.
You don't know?
Mm-mm.
He like... yeah, I don't know how to explain it. Because me and Jared, when we were watching it last night, a part of it at least, thought that you would have some shit to say about it, but you didn't
Probably
even
would.
see it.
Yeah.
He was just jumping around like a little piece of shit and
Pull
like
up a
yelling
picture of him and
stuff.
show it to him.
Well, other than that,
I'm trying to think of what his
I
name
was so excited to see that the fucking booger with hair died.
It's
I loved it.
Salacious Crumb.
So he has a name that long. This
Salacious
thing.
Crumb.
Salacious
Oh,
Crumb.
Jesus fucking Mary and Joseph.
Right? That's his name?
Salacious Crumb.
B. Crumb.
Salacious
He has a
B-
middle name.
Salacious B. Crumb.
Why?
They sell these in Disney.
It's like
Brendan
the
kinda
any
looks
question
like
guy?
him.
Like
Any questions?
Brendan
they sell
slightly
these.
looks like him.
No,
Why?
not at
I
all.
never
They have
bought that.
identical breath too.
And then the bump
Him,
head,
I would
the
kill
bump
him.
head guys in
Dude, I'd
this.
fucking wrap his tentacles around his head, make him blind, and push him off the fucking.
Wabawanga. When they first walk in, when C-3PO and R2 come in,
Yeah,
he
it's
looks at them.
him and Salacious B.
Salacious
B.
Salacious
Crumb.
B.
Jesus
Crumb.
fuck.
Tenacious D.
I'd do the water boy poke to him and say, "Show no mercy." Show no
So
mercy.
we showed Justin a clip of Salacious B. Crumb, and now I want Justin to describe his thoughts on what he would like to say and do to Salacious B. Crumb the third.
Dude, I would fucking put him on one of those carnival games where you hit the bell really, really, really hard, and I'd put him at the top and just watch him turn into meat sauce.
Meat sauce.
Meat sauce. I just watch him turn into spaghettis.
Like
it's
John
absolutely
Krasinski.
absurd. Yeah. Just
Spoilers.
Like John.
Nobody even knows unless they've seen it.
It's true. You wouldn't know that he's in it.
But yeah, so what were some gripes for you guys? I already named some of my gripes with this movie. You guys said a lot of good stuff. What's the bad stuff from your opinions?
I have to think, kind of. Pete, do you have any off the dome?
Of that beautiful round spherical cranium of yours.
I guess in the beginning a little bit with Jabba's, because he has so many bounty hunters hanging out in that place. Everyone's definitely armed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care who comes in. Chewbacca with Leia, just as she was in the disguise, and brings Chewbacca in. I don't care if she's a thermal detonator or what. You probably think that's the first time Jabba's ever been threatened with a thermal detonator. I just would have shot her. Boba, in that scene alone, okay, she goes like this and flips the thermal detonator. And Seeker's like, it's a thermal detonator, as he stupid says all that stuff. And then Boba, Boba goes like this. He just like, and lifts his gun up and points it at her. Like, well, just shoot her then.
They did nothing with Boba.
Like, no one expected him to be that big of a character.
But he looks cool, so I don't know why they also killed him. I mean, thank God that death means nothing if you watch Book of Boba Fett, but like, they did that because it was one of George Lucas's dumbest decisions to just make it. Also, his aim sucks too, apparently, because he misses everybody.
That whole fight with, obviously now we know Boba Fett was this amazing bounty hunter.
Yeah.
But at the time, he flies over to Luke and all them on
like
the
he's gonna
ship.
be able to take him on.
And he's like, and nothing happens.
Yeah.
And Luke's just like, all right, well, get out of here now. This is stupid. Or was it Luke who got him? Or
well, no, Han like backed up and smacked a stick in his jetpack, and then it sent him flying.
He went to go flying, and then
But
So stupid.
it just didn't. I mean, he wasn't probably meant to be that character, but
no,
it's just at least make him like it. He didn't. I don't even think he talked. Did he even talk?
Made him that character? People just thought he was cool. Like,
Yeah, probably just because he looked cool. He just looked like a cool character.
Well, they added in all the talking later on. That was remastered.
Yeah.
Boba Fett kind of kept his like the part. Okay, so you remember in the palace when he walks by those two girls and he like rubs their face?
Yeah.
That part wasn't in it. That was added into it later. And all the talking, like just even the two one-liners he says or whatever, they were all just added in. It wasn't anything that was there before, but they're trying to like reconcile any sort of thing they can with, we got to keep him this cool guy.
They shit the bed.
Yeah, but they weren't thinking about it. Like,
that's true.
They were kind of
'Cause they
going
wouldn't
movie
have
to
known
movie.
That people would like fuck with his character until he was dead, and people were like, no.
And the Mandalorians now are just such a crazy thing. Everyone's kind of into them, and they got a crazy backstory.
I tell you what, though, the speeder bike chase was some of the worst shit I've ever seen.
You didn't like watching a
Dude.
big like copy pasted photo of
Yes.
a clone on a bike just
Dude.
going farther away.
It's so like I feel like it was worse than any like most of the CGI I saw like before in the previous movies. Like it's so bad.
It was bad. It was.
Like he's about to go in between trees and when he goes like this, but he doesn't actually go all the way like, and then when he looks back, the tree isn't there. Like I know the technology wasn't there, but it does. The coolest, one of my favorite parts though is when he like is on the grass and he goes whoosh, and like cuts the like that scene is pretty smooth. Like that looks pretty cool. And then it sends the thing spiraling, and then
I just kept my lightsaber out, so we ran into it and would have cut him in half.
Yeah.
Is the
instead of
fight between him and Vader good?
It's better. It's better. It's still awkward, swinging and weird shit.
Luke?
It's a little bit more choreographed than the rest of the.
Yeah.
You remember what I said about Mark Hamill last episode, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I took most of that back earlier.
I told you it would be that way.
No, you didn't actually.
Yes, I did. I said Return of the Jedi. He's the best.
I knew
out of
that's
all
how
of
it was
that.
gonna go though, because this is like his like all the other ones were kind of just building up to this.
I mean,
so.
all three of them really are his whole. It's his story.
Yeah, I know.
But like, it's like this one was like New Hope. I said this earlier too. Was like not very personal. It was kind of general. Obi-Wan was in it. It was just kind of like a galaxy fight between these two or a couple people, I guess. And then it got more personal. It came more about Luke last movie, and then this was just solely his story. It just broke out in this, and it's just this is what it all culminated to. So it's good that he was the best in this, because I thought in the other two, he was literally like fucking a homeless man could have played his character better, in my opinion.
But I knew it was gonna be that way.
Where could he be?
Like just
3PO!
yeah.
3PO!
I laughed at that for
3PO! Oh, where could he be?
I laughed at the beginning of the other
Oh!
episode too, with the
Payton
buzz
cut
cut.
version. It's like the I think Jaden said it, but like the Lego characters would use different
yeah.
styles.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Payton Levengood with the buzz
you
cut.
know they got a trash compactor
Justin with the disc
Lego
golf.
scene? They got a trash compactor Lego scene.
In the new one.
No,
oh yeah, I
like,
saw that's expensive as shit.
no,
though.
actual
That's
Legos.
sick.
Yeah. I wanted to get it so bad to
Sick.
bring it.
They also have the one. Wait, you have it? Or?
I don't. I'm saying I wanted to get it so I could bring it.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We got a lot into the movie already, but Justin got a new lightsaber. It looks like.
It's not new. It's from
You were
Disney.
there when.
Oh, that's right.
When
That's
he bought
right.
it?
I forgot
Yeah.
that he forgot it.
Forgot.
Yeah, I walked into that shop. These guys know the story, but I walked into that shop. I had Obi-Wan's lightsaber, or Luke's lightsaber in my hand, and I told the dude to get it, and I tried it and everything. It was on the table, ready to go, and then I was like, "Hang on, I gotta check something real quick."
To go get
And I
it.
grabbed-
Just like ran out of the
And I
store.
grabbed-
was like,
I grabbed- yeah, I just-
I think
Why-
you did talk
I-
about this on here.
I don't
No,
remember
I
if I
think you
did. Maybe I did, but yeah, I ran out of the store because I was like, it's so fucking dumb. Like, what am I gonna do
I'm
with
so
it?
happy I got it. It's something you'll have forever. That's just like
It sits there.
I
Yeah,
want clone armor.
I want the.
sick though.
Everything's so
The
expensive for these
Mandalorian helmet,
replicas.
the metal one, one
I
of
want
my buddies
that.
has it,
What?
It's fucking
It's
so
there?
sick. Yeah. No. It's not there. My buddy has like a replica that's like full metal,
Oh,
and it sound like when you talk through it, it sounds just like
Well,
him.
I
It's
would've bought
fucking
the
A Han
Yeah.
awesome.
Solo gun replica was like $240.
It's not bad.
That's ridiculous.
What?
Like
It's not bad, honestly.
so
For a
compared to the
base replica,
lightsabers.
it's worth it. They're fucking
it's so.
cool.
But even the Obi-Wan like lightsaber replica thing is like $300. It's ridiculous, and I want it so bad.
So I have
Jake has it.
a couple quick little cool things to bring up if we'd like to go there and then tie this around.
Yeah.
Can you give me a nice line from Han Solo real quick? Because that made me sopping
I'm
wet
gonna
last
need one.
episode.
I'm gonna need one really quick.
Made me sopping wet.
Begin.
It doesn't even.
You gotta do those.
Justin's legs
You
sticking to
gotta
that
do
chair
those
like a ball
Fucking
sack
hot
does.
in here, dude.
And we can't have the fan on because it like
Christ.
messes
from
with the
this
mic.
movie? Or
I'm gonna
from
get a
any
new
movie?
mic. I
It
think.
can even be from not a movie. You just say a line in Han Solo voice.
I feel like I'm gonna if
Chewie.
I try to do that I can't. It's
I
not
will
gonna
just
come
do
out
it.
right.
Just you did. We were
Chewie.
firing on every
Chewie,
You gotta do the.
get to the Falcon.
Falcon.
We're gonna get to the Falcon. Lando, you big pirate. Embrace me.
What?
Fuck me.
What'd you do
Fuck
with my
me.
ship? Your ship. You gotta do that one.
What's that from? Is that from? Oh yeah.
Empire.
That's from the epic movie with the guy that.
We're gonna need all the help you can get. She's the fastest ship in the fleet. Come on, get going, you big pirate. I can't.
Oh, you should.
I can't no, that's not. That was. All right, we're back. The dog was being yelly once again. That's
And
probably
splashy.
Yelly.
that's probably part
he was
12
splashy.
of Brendan being yelly.
And
He
splashy.
can't just shut up. All right, move on with what you're gonna do.
Okay, so in this movie, Harrison Ford wanted Han Solo to actually die in this movie, to sacrifice himself for his amigos.
That would have been way more ideal than what actually
Yeah.
ended up happening.
The scine where he puts his arms and gets shot right there.
George Lucas vetoed this idea, but it basically he was supposed to not survive the thawing, and it was supposed to be like him sacrifice himself for Leia and Chewie. And was Luke there
Chewie.
when he was frozen?
No,
No.
Luke was dangling from Cloud City
yeah,
or something
yeah.
like that. No, he was on his way to Cloud City.
Yeah. So it
Yeah, they were
was his idea, and also the I think the co-writer also supported that idea, but George Lucas was like,
Well,
They
because he knew that
should've.
he knew it was a cash cow, George.
No, they should have. That was
But
stupid.
that's
the
so-
way he actually died is so.
Well, they again
that's
didn't have
so
plans
crazy
for
that he was already over this goddamn
Well,
character
yeah, that's
after
why-
2 movies.
That's why they put him in the Carbonite, because he wasn't supposed to be in the third.
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Really?
something like that.
Wow.
Because that's
so
a nice way
annoying,
to
'cause he's
say,
so
like, he's still
cool.
there, but now he's not in the fight no more.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then also, during the writing, Mark Hamill, who plays Luke, obviously, would, like, suggested and was, like, ready for him to, like, turn dark in this movie, like, for him to, what?
Who?
For
who?
Luke.
Oh.
To turn dark and to, like, for him to have, like, a revenge, or a redemption story in this movie. So, like, he was basically saying, like, he wanted to, like, be dark in the beginning of the movie and then somehow redeem himself. Kind of like Vader.
They
Like, at
wanted
the
Luke
end-
to be dark.
yeah.
Well, because the movie starts with him looking like dark
Yeah.
and like spooky with him walking with his. Hood
What do you
up
think of
and
the
shit.
Gamorean Guards? The pigmen.
Jesus fuck, dude!
Those are in Boba, too.
I turn him right into bacon.
And then Peyton's favorite musical performance is in this one too.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
What's her name? What's her name?
Hey.
You gotta, like, keep it quiet.
Open his mouth so wide.
Brendan, please. It's okay.
What's
this? What's this?
Do you know that girl, though? I think I've already talked about it.
Right now. Put the headphones on him.
Put the headphones
We're
on.
castrating him real quick.
You were castrating him. That would have been cool as all hell if he would have been dark in this movie. He turned to the dark side a little bit. Brendan, you don't need your goddamn
I hate
additions over
you,
there.
dude. I hate
He
you.
ends up.
All right, we're gonna cut real quick.
All right, and we're back once again for part number 19 of Brendan being yelly and being an
Splashy.
annoying little monkey
I
head.
put him underneath of my.
Don't be too graphic.
Ice skate. Okay, it would have been dope as hell for that to happen. It didn't happen, but you know,
What?
if he would have been on the dark side, he slung out a red saber and started absolutely slaughtering people.
I don't think that would have been good.
Well, I definitely would have thought it'd be cool.
That'd be
Okay,
Cool
cool.
to see a Luke.
Maybe if there was a
So-
Star Wars What If, that'd
Yeah.
be sweet.
They
So,
should do something like
my
that.
third to last point. So, kind of like Payton said earlier, Yoda wasn't supposed to be in this movie, but Lucas consulted with a child psychologist, and he about this movie to like try and form Luke because he's still a kid, and he's told him that he needed a role model to like confirm the fact that he is his father, to like have that have that feeling like resonate with him, to like make sure that he understands that, and for him to be able to like move forward in his life, to make sure that he knows that Darth Vader's actually his father, and so he can like move forward from that. But like that's kind of cool that he like sought out like a psychologist to like form this character's psyche to like further the story. I think that's cool as all hell.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do that type of shit that you don't know
Yeah.
about. Like, they go in and they go extra above and beyond and do shit like that.
They go to
which-
Bed Bath and Beyond and buy a remote
and-
control.
And go in the movie with Adam Sandler and
Yeah.
do click.
And fast
Do
forward, they're
clip.
dog humping.
Yeah.
And then shitting.
Yep.
And he's like, "Holy motherfucker!" Runs up the stairs. That movie just gets too real too quick though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Gotta
too
stop after a
too
while.
depressing.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I
Like,
just feel like
when
that
Adam
movie went
dies-
on for so long. Like I
He's
feel
like,
like it was
Ben! Just like Luke in episode
yeah.
2. Ben!
When Adam Scabler dies, dude.
Yeah, and now he's gonna be coaching the Sixers.
Really?
Yeah,
Nuh-uh.
in a Netflix movie.
Oh, just like fucking Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Well,
Coach
it's
the
only an
Saints.
hour and 45
That movie
minutes.
was actually pretty good.
When Paul Blart walks into the bar and the music's playing in the background. What is it?
Fuck.
Who
Star
did
Wars
from
is
my
like 2 hours
friend?
and
Yeah, but it's
Who?
not that part.
like 15 minutes.
On the
That's
street
actually
where
a
you
pretty long
live,
movie.
there's nothing but the social life. Dude, me and Payton would rewind that like 9 times, like every time.
I still think about it all the time.
I know.
Peyton's just wiping his ass.
Yup.
And he's like, oh, in the street when they talk about the social life.
Okay, but all right. So the Death Star. Now,
We're on the Death Star topic.
Wait, can I get this last
sorry. Go
one?
ahead. I thought that was your last.
Make sure you remember it, though. Cause
I'm good. I've been waiting to talk about it.
took
Okay.
a shit. God damn, it's in his eyes.
He had to get that out.
All right, Parks. What you got to talk about?
Okay. So my fourth and final point is that both of the sabers in this movie, so Luke's and Vader's, were all like new repurposed sabers because both were lost after Empire Strikes Back. They lost both of the original hilts. They just
They're down the bottom of the
Definitely took
ocean
'em.
right now.
just somewhere in the ether.
Do they look
they
different?
lay. I think they're probably
Luke's
identical.
looks different.
Well, I
What?
mean,
The
Luke's
hilts?
is different after
Yeah.
his, is it? But is
I guess it would
Vader's
be.
different.
I guess it would be Anakin's.
Well, he
Luke's,
lost
Luke's was
Anakin's,
Anakin's.
He lost Anakin.
So
Finger me fuck.
Carl Shatner
Finger me
probably
fuck.
has it and uses it as a toilet paper roll.
I want to know if Hayden still has the hilts.
Ooh. Luke's new
I love
saber.
listening to him talk.
Please shut up. Luke's new saber was actually originally one of Obi-Wan's.
Yes.
Obi-Wan would have rocked it.
Uh-huh. I know that.
I
because-
told you that. They
yeah, you
both
said
look
that.
the
Yeah,
same.
they
I've
look
said
almost
that.
identical.
They're basically
Oh.
the same
Obi-Wan's
saber.
just has black on it. But I just watched a video on them. They actually chose their hilts. Like, all the characters walked in and they had a choice of like 30 hilts. And they were like, what do you want? And Obi-Wan chose the one with the ball on it. The young Obi-Wan with the silver spikes. And like, they all chose their own. And they used
That's kinda sick.
they used to battle. It was like the hilt and then a metal piece. And they said Anakin would battle so fucking hard for Hayden, and he would like snap the metal all the time.
Let's go.
It's like Jared when we were fighting in the basement.
Except
I'm excited
he would
that
smack our
apparently-
fingers, not the metal.
apparently John Williams wrote
John Wilkes Booth.
a piece for Obi-Wan. So in the show, he's gonna have his own like theme song. 'Cause he never had one before.
That's sick. What do you give us? What do you think it'll be like?
Yeah, give us an idea.
It's gonna be a lot of like it's gonna be a lot of like high violin notes, like
what?
It ends up being that exactly.
Sounds like the fucking Walking Dead.
What if it's just Salacious B. Crumb singing?
What if it's Salacious B. Crumb's laugh?
And then it switches quickly into the Pirates of the Caribbean.
and it's like
Alright, Peyton, go with the point that you were going to say.
Well, I thought of something too when we were talking about lightsabers. Was I think in the beginning, like New Hope, they took it was like something off like a lamp, and they unscrewed it, and it kind of looked like the lightsaber just had to like refurbish a lot of it, but it basically was the first lightsaber, just a lamp
What?
like holder or something like that.
That's
I love
absurd.
lamp.
I love lamp.
crazy.
But the Death Star now. This is a whole brand new Death Star they were making, right?
Mm-hmm.
Building, okay. And it's a year after Empire, right?
Yeah, Bruni.
I understand the Empire has a lot of people, a lot
but
of
there's no
expendable
fucking
people.
Way
That's a
it took
huge.
a year to carry it, build.
And like, what are the rebels doing? Are they just gonna watch them
No,
while they're
but
finishing it?
Still, yeah.
It was basically
How do they
75%.
find where
Yeah.
this place is? How do the
How do they
rebels
not?
not? How did any bypassing ships not be like? Oh, honey, look what they're doing over there. It must be a Burger King.
Well, think of how much. Okay, so they have to bring.
Space King.
They have to bring all that metal from
Burger
somewhere.
space.
They're not
Yeah.
getting it from like Endor.
No.
It's just trees. They're going to make the Death Star out of wood.
I mean, yeah, that's just kind of like
Well,
it's just
Yondo, whatever his name is in the Clone
Yondu
Wars.
from
Not Lando. What's his name? The alien, the brown alien, the scavenger.
Ryan.
The
Give me more context.
he like does a bunch of work for anybody. He's
Ryan
the
the Big Fricker.
something dough or something like that. Hondo.
Oh,
Scoundrel.
The pirate.
Yeah, he was at the ride we rode, the brown guy
Scoundrel.
with the glasses when we were on the Millennium Falcon. Pretty
Dude,
sure it's
Lexi
Hondo
almost
or something.
vomited on
Unibrow.
I know.
that. She was in the back. I was like, Lexi, record, and she was like, that ride was.
Yeah,
sick,
Hondo Onaka.
Yeah, that's it.
though. Oh my god.
He can get some metal to them, no problem.
But I'm still like,
I know what you mean.
that's a
It's-
lot.
That's a lot.
I know.
so
It's the
you're
size
gonna
of a
see
moon.
where these like these routes are. You know what I mean? So I feel like they knew what the Death Star was to begin with, so they had a better idea of what to look for.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
either
In a
way,
year
it's-
time
nah,
to
it's
build that.
basically- They kind of stretched on that one, but it's kind of something where you're like, it's a movie.
Can you imagine being those little Ewoks though, looking up in the sky and you just see a giant metal?
It's like that Willem Dafoe meme where he's like looking up in the sky. It's like black and white.
Where he like
Yeah.
comes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That bullshit movie that you showed us that we watched.
Oh,
The
yeah.
the lighthouse.
Did we
Jesus
talk about that after
Christ.
that
That
episode?
was stupid.
That with Robert Patterson.
Yeah.
Dude,
Patterson.
it was fucking.
It won so
What's his
many
name?
awards too.
Pattinson.
Oh, is it Patterson? I'm gonna call him that from now on.
Cordero.
Does anyone have any final thoughts before we wrap this one up with a bow?
I like
I
boobies.
wish I would have watched it, but I was a degenerate.
We do too. Yeah.
You are fucking
Disc golf.
degenerate.
I still like this one a lot.
I
I
like
don't
this
know.
one
It's
the
weird.
best
People
out
hate
of
this
the
one
three.
though.
I don't hate it, but it's my
90%
least favorite. It's
people
my
hate
least
this one.
favorite.
Wait,
out of
rank the
original
originals
trilogy.
real quick. I would go Return
Empire,
of the...
New
okay,
Hope,
yep,
and then
New Hope.
Return of the Jedi.
Okay. I would go Return of the Jedi, Empire, New Hope.
He told me to do it. He said, name the things real
He
quick.
said let's, but whatever.
He said, name it.
I can't really
Good,
rank
all
it
good.
right now because I didn't watch this one. So
Then rank the other two.
the other two, it's gonna be Empire and New Hope. So I don't know.
I guarantee you'll like this one last then.
Well, actually, yeah.
All right, my turn.
Mhm.
Same as Jaden. Empire. I mean, not Empire. Return of Jedi, Empire, and then New Hope.
Yeah.
I just think.
I think they get better.
Yeah, I think it consistently gets better as they go.
Mm-hmm.
I
Well,
love the plot for A New Hope. That one like just had you on the corner of your. It had you like sitting
Giblets.
on the bedpost and
Like
letting
with
the
it,
bedpost
with
anchor
it in
you.
your ass, yeah.
Chewie, punch it!
They made a porno
that's
of
the
that,
thing.
and it's Chewie punching Han's asshole like a speed bag.
Well, guys, next week we will be officially live with the Kenobi reaction.
When does Kenobi come out?
27th, 2 episodes.
So how are we gonna record? How are we gonna watch, record, and then release?
Because we'll just have to meet up after work or whatever that night and then watch it and then record it.
That's gonna be tough business. It might be the 28th if you can't do it in time.
I can do it in time. What do you mean?
Well, either that or it's gonna release at like 12 a.m. or some shit.
Pull it out.
It releases that Friday at
Okay.
12 a.m.
All right.
So we'll have the evening to do it.
All right.
And then after that starts a new month. We'll probably sprinkle in the prequels because I really don't want to be doing Star Wars for a whole another month, but we'll definitely get to the prequels.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
But we got to sprinkle in some. We're gonna have Doctor Strange this week, hopefully. And then from there, I mean, I think season 1 is gonna end soon. We don't really have a exact time or date or what episode it's gonna be. I don't know how many we're gonna do in a season, but we'll keep you guys updated. All right. Well, the dog's nose is running. It's hot in here. Justin was late, but he's here now. His legs are sticky, and that was the
Indeed.
Return of the Jedi discussion. And thank you guys for joining us. We'll be back
Scars.
next week with Kenobi and Doctor Strange.
Thanks,
we will.
Scars.
Yep, we'll
Remember
see
to
y'all
gargle
later.
your cum.
Remember to gargle
That
in
was
some
abs-
salt water to get rid of your ulcers.
That was
All right.
abstract.
Yeah.